made my dinner? Well, I made a green bean casserole, that's a generous, like, for what I did, I dumped green beans in a can, I seasoned them with things to make it, like, taste like a green bean casserole and ate it. I nuked it for 6 minutes and ate it. It was great, I loved it. But, like, I just haven't felt like getting up and at first, I was on my phone and with notebooks open, trying to figure out what seasonings I put in sweet potato that was so, so good because I think that I could modify that a little bit and make these sweet potato tacos because I cooked some shells with lime juice and salt and some tortillas to make them into shells. And what was I saying? I looked at my cat and I was like, oh yeah, he hates that I'm talking. He hates my voice. I guess I could try to talk quieter. I guess I could have the phone a little higher also. Um, yeah, okay, so I don't even know that the sweet potato that I baked is gonna be good. It might, like, be spoiled, because it didn't look very healthy and they're rather old. But if it is, then I can put avocado, sweet potato, and fresh deep greens in the taco shell, and I think that'll be really good. I just, uh, I just don't I don't wanna go blind into seasoning the sweet potato. Like, I seasoned sweet potato that I made one time, like, so good, and I am, like, blanking on it, like, I could hardly remember the ingredients for, like, my green bean casserole, like, so I'm just like I searched I went to Instagram to search Scatterbrat Eats, and then I got distracted by the first post there, which was the anti-capitalist Insta, and I was just I thought it would just be like a quick little thing, like, all right, yeah, because I followed this and an anti-cap account feels like it should be, like punk, right? It does to me. And um punk is not about commiserating and complaining. It's about taking radical action to force change. And like I I had to scroll so far. I was reading the comment section for over an hour before I found anyone other than me alluding to planned obsolescence. They did not use the phrase planned obsolescence, but they definitely understood that. Um one, um the poorly made products of today too. Um the fact that the food industry is designed just to sell us. Three, and fourth, that we are in a society now with this internet where consumerism is driven in a way that we have never been subjected to before. And they put it in really great words, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I've been scrolling for hours. I needed this. Like my soul needed this." Um and not as some validation or oh, I hope there's like minds out there. Like if people aren't aware of the problems, then those problems can't get fixed. And you know what? There doesn't need to be planned obsolescence. We don't need to be pushing garbage foods when food is medicine to supplant the whole big pharma industry. That's why they won't let it happen. That's why they feed you garbage food. They feed you garbage food that they know will make you sick because they need you dependent on the big pharma industry. And if you know food is medicine, then you don't go to the doctor. You don't need to go to the doctor. If you don't need to go to the doctor and you don't need to buy medicine, they're out money. And this is all about money. And and my frustration level at seeing no sign of intelligent life in an anti-capitalism account was just, like, infuriating for me. I mean, it was so disheartening. How how are we supposed to make things better if it's just me on my shitty little YouTube soapbox, like, going, "Ah," and, like and no one is actually, like, empowering themselves by becoming a conscious consumer. Like, do you want McDonald's to exist? Do you want people to be eating McDonald's food? Do you feel good when you see like a little kid or you see a homeless person handed McDonald's food? It should not feel good to you. It is a very sad thing. That is barely food. You know how shitty it is to be homeless? I've been homeless and reject fast food because it's garbage. That sucks. It's shitty to be that person. And so we accept it. They accept it and they eat it. We eat it. But it's not nutritive. That's not nutritive food. It's just for children, it's setting children up for a lifetime of addiction to food and drugs and shopping. And for those of us who are established adults, we're subject to that as well, honestly. There are boomers who, now that they're just like anything that they search for on the internet, the whole internet is just like, "Hey, don't you want to buy that?" Like, boomers are just becoming shopping addicts. That's what they do. They just shop and hoard, and that's it. Because shopping is an addiction. Buying is an addiction. And I don't know where my community is apparently. And like because of that, I feel like it's upon me to create this community, and that's like, dude, like I'm so disabled. Can't there just be something like but I mean, that's the real of it. Like, if I can't find people who are woke, like legitimately woke. Like, woke was hijacked by like some like racist agenda, I think. Like, woke doesn't have anything to do with racism. Woke is being aware. Woke is being aware and not having the wool over your eyes anymore. It is uncomfortable to be woke. It is not fun to be woke. It is not fun to be me. It's not fun to be a conscious consumer. It's not freewheeling like we can't afford to do that. Like, society and civilization is crumbling before our very eyes. It truly is, and we're allowing it to happen because it's pinging happy chemicals in our neurochemistry. That's sad. That's hard. So as I'm scrolling this anti-capitalism comment section, I come across someone who, like, they honestly, they sound just like a privileged boomer Karen asshole the first time that I see a comment from them, and I like it anyway because I don't know, something about it, I was like, I don't know. I feel like that food is medicine, and that this is these are the trappings of victim mentality here in this thread. I just felt like I just felt that, and I don't know why. I could go back and try to find it and like suss it out, but like I don't think we need to do that. So I commented on what they said with like my poorly worded planned obsolescence, like products that were not made like what our ancestors had to use, and everything that I said. Like I said it earlier, I'm not even gonna, I am tired and I need to eat, but I like have no motivation. I have no interest in going to prepare that food. It is not going to hit anything in my brain that delivers a neurochemical addictive happy response, and so I have no motivation to get up and go do it. Which is the real of it, honestly. Like there's like without poison in the food, I don't even care about it. That's funny. But what is it? I was laying on the ground the other day, so there are tiny ants potentially around, but there's not tiny ants. I don't know. I'm crawly. I'm like dealing with withdrawal from the Delta 8 and the Dr. Pepper dark berry. That dark berry got me through some dark times, though, I tell you. Anyway, so I find this person, and I'm seriously scrolling for over an hour. It is over an hour, and I'm more than halfway through every comment in the comment section, and I run across a comment by this person again, a different comment, and this time they actually use the phrase victim mentality, and they are telling someone that they need to change their diet and realize that things that you're really used to eating are actually very bad for your health, like sugar, and if you just stop hurting your body, you're going to prevent illness and disability. And I was like, well, that's true, but you can't cure disability by changing your diet. The damage has been done. And like in some cases that's not like with diabetes. I mean, if you have like a disability from diabetes, obviously that's, you know, that's not. But if your gut is ravaged, like, and you have mast cell activation. I mean, it seems like I'm dealing with mast cell activation syndrome, and the thing of that is like, how? Because is that not specifically what the Gundry plant paradox diet is about? It's so that those food particles don't go freewheeling in your system for your immune system to even have to combat and try to process. And I know that the plant paradox diet has done wonders for me. I know that it has, but it's just like, you know, considering how I live and how radically I have changed my diet in order to maintain and attain relatively good health for my level of disability, you know, and like no fucking food diet is gonna cure my nerve damage. Okay? That shit's permanent. And no food diet cures endometriosis either. It does manage the symptoms, like much, yes, very. But it doesn't cure it. And all my strict dieting and every protocol I've ever done hasn't cured chronic Lyme disease either, you know? Like, but it was really cool. It was really interesting, because, like, I mean, I feel like a crazy person sitting here, like, that sweet potato's ice cold, those taco shells are ice cold now, and like, I'm gonna have to go deal with that and eat more than a can of green beans today, you know? I have not even had much water. Simple. Oh, that's right. When I was going to get up, when I gave up on finding what I was looking for as far as the sweet potato seasonings, I got up, but Grim had just sat down with me. Like, he got up from where he was sleeping, and he jumped up on the sofa, and he cuddled up next to me, and he was just sitting there purring like, "Oh, Mommy, I woke up and you were the first thing I saw, and the first thing I saw was you loving me and telling Daddy all about how much you love me and the cute thing that I did, and I feel so loved." And I was like, "Well, my phone is gonna die, so I'll just plug my phone and continue to be on my phone until, I don't know, until I've had enough of him until he's had enough of me. He never has enough of me. Not ever. I often have enough of him. But I love him. And I left my home today and yesterday, so I'm like, I got a break from him. I love him more. I don't have any water. I like absolutely have to get up now, and look what I've done. I pulled him into my lap, and look at how precious. Yeah. So anyway, since I came across that person and what I decidedly hearted their comment because I felt that they had that awareness. I felt that they were woke. Was confirmed. And I was like, oh, well, that's rather profound, is it not? I mean, here I sit, should have been making dinner. It's like 1 a.m. My fervor in scrolling this comment section is not for like a like mind or to find a friend or to talk to anybody. It's just for like an indicator that other people are aware of the problem so that the problem will be dealt with. So it's not like personal validation or anything like that. And apparently this person, like in the comment that they made where they actually used the phrase victim mentality, they said, oh, check out the integrated for more of this wisdom. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't suspect that you were selling anything. I didn't suspect that. So that was interesting. My hair came down. But so apparently, I'm here at the integrated Words.blog, and Lauren on Wards. I'm saying it like that because it's not words like words that you write and speak and spell. It's on words. Like onward, forward. So Lauren Onwards is apparently some person that charges you money for personal life assistance. And I'm looking at this like, what the actual fuck? Because there's like 5 fucking blog posts here, and I'm like, I scan through a couple of them, and that's what I'm doing here right now. Is like reacting to a blog post once I get into it, but like fucking I don't fucking care. Nobody's fucking watching me anyway. Nobody's fucking watching me anyway. It doesn't fucking matter. Probably like when I'm dead, someone will devour my YouTube videos and just be like really sad that they missed me, so like I know that. I don't give a fuck. So this is like sure, espousing wisdom. Yeah, good perspective. Very good. And I'm reading this and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, they get paid for this? This is just what I do in every friendship I've ever had. Every good friendship I've ever had. So I'm just like fucking like personal life assistance. Like that's that's what my forte is apparently. And like you can like I could get paid for like being this person. I don't know. That that sounds like bullshit, and I don't you know how I am. Like if someone is charging for truth, then that's not all truth. I don't trust it. I don't trust anything that has a monetary value in it. So the interesting thing about this is that there doesn't appear to be any article behind a paywall. Wait, there's an arrow at the bottom that says treat yourself. Oh, that's just the previous blog post. So it's a full blog post, all of the wisdom right there. And then at the end it's just like reach out to me for details about personal life assistance options and pricing. Love to you all. So it's like it doesn't seem very forced. It doesn't Like, at this point, like, the whole, like, Aaron Doughty is, like, gone off the rails with what he's doing. I don't know. I don't know about that. But, yeah, I don't believe in paywalling wisdom. Um, I never have. And it was one of the reasons that I refused to participate in the collegiate system, because that privatizes and privileges knowledge in such a way that those who pay to obtain it do not wish to disseminate it freely. See, that's a problem. That's a problem, because I believe that the truth should be free. And I also don't believe, and boy, I was not, like, I don't think I was ever disillusioned by this college thing in our reality, like, at all. I don't remember a moment that I wasn't like, "Oh, that's bullshit." Like, as soon as someone was like, "Yeah, college," like, I was like, "Oh, that's bullshit." So, yeah. So I'm scanning this person, it's like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, do I vibe with this? I'm, like, just trying to get a feel for things, and so, "Live and let live, can we?" Question mark, posted on April 19th, 2022 by Lauren Onwards. Did you know that someone else's life doesn't need to make sense to you? I almost want to laugh as I write this, but if you think about it, way too many people have either taken too long to grasp this concept or refuse to grasp it at all. So maybe I can write this in a way that makes it more digestible. I'm definitely not the first person who has tried to do this, but I am sure willing to be one of them. Literally every person on this planet has had different life experiences, no matter how similar some sound. So, why on earth would even most people be interested in living the same kind of life? We aren't. I've had conversation with people in their 20s, in their young 20s, people in my family between 50 and 70, and some people in their 90s. What is wild to me is that I have heard across the board, I would have done X differently. When it came to the younger generations, that X served as a reminder, a consequence, a turning point in that person's life. An exact quote I heard was, "I'm so glad I tried that then, because if I didn't know what I was doing later, that could have gone a lot worse." On the other hand, with the 50 plus generation, that X was a missed opportunity or dream. Sure, they had all their fair share of mild to severe consequences in their younger years, but their done X differently was start their own business, not have as many children, or explored more sexually relationship wise. It made me think about something. What is it about our world, our society, our programming? I like that she used the word programming, that makes us feel like we can't do those things at the time. This is actually an interesting question, and for me, it's a begging the question. Like, I have all kinds of answers for that, but we're not here to hear my answers. We're here for my reactions to it and everything. Like, I'm not, but I mean, it's a begs the question. I don't wonder that at all. I 100% have like hours of answers for you. But yeah, so she goes on, "I finally asked a relative that question. The conversation looked like this." And it was reading this conversation that made me laugh out fucking loud. And I was like, "Man, I wish I just like had someone here. Like, I just wish I had my person and my person was here and I'd just be like, fucking check this shit out, you know?" So, I don't know. I guess the camera's my person. But God, it's just good to be me too. Oh my gosh, I said such a good prayer before I ate today. I wish I could remember it to like share it word for word. It was really good. Um, because I don't do anything by the book unless it's my own book. Relative. I never wanted a big family. That was never my dream. But that's what happens. And I was just fucking like rolling. Oh my God. Like, that's fucking hilarious. And it's so fucking typical of sheeple. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny to me. Like, yeah, I didn't want a big family, but that just happens. Like, no, bitch, you have complete control over that. You were there in every decision that caused you to have a big family, you fucking moron. And, okay, and so she says, what do you mean that's what happens? Did you not have access to birth control or feel you could say no? And of course, yes, of course. Like if she's talking, she doesn't say what relative she's talking to, and I feel like that's a mark against her because I think that we should know at this point the age group, because if this is boomer or older, realistically, no, they did not. And I don't take that fucking cop out because, as you well know, if you follow me at all and pay attention to any fucking thing I've ever said, I will fucking pay you to beat me within an inch of my life until the life within me is stilled. I do not want to have a child, and not having clean and easy medical access, hands-free, scot-free, painless fucking bullshit removal of it is not going to prevent me from getting the abortion that I desire. You have no excuse. You have your limitations of pain, and you have your comfort, and you are unwilling to go to extremes. There is no length I will not go to not give birth. Okay? And so I don't have any tolerance for people who are like, "Oh my god, like we need abortion." Like, you don't fucking need abortion. You need to fucking man up. Like I literally, like, every boyfriend, I'm like every sexual partner, it's like, now if I become accidentally pregnant and either abortion is off the table because things change with politics all the time, we can't afford abortion, or I would just rather do it my way than go into a clinical setting. You need to promise me before we have sex together that if I should become pregnant, you will do your part to make sure I do not stay pregnant. And that means if I tell you you need to throw me down the stairs and you need to throw me down the stairs again and you need to keep kicking me in the gut, then that's what you're going to do. And if you're comfortable doing that, then we can have sex. Which, like, really sets the table nicely for what it's like having sex with me also, I think. But I mean, I probably won't do, I don't know. I mean, if I had, I'm planning to not have sex until I'm married, and actually, like, with my husband, I don't, if I wanted to play with blood during sex and pain and stuff, like what's the problem with that, you know? But like, yeah, it's like, I'll do what I can, and I'm sure that there's a lot of, like, playground bars that I can throw myself over, and like all kinds of things. But, I really think that the man should participate in the abortion. And so I think he should have to get his hands dirty and beat me when I tell him to. So anyway, that, this is me. This is how I do. Um so anyway, back to what we're doing. See, like, the thing of this is that, like, I would really love to get to a point where I'm sitting opposite someone who knows all of this about me 100%, and I never have to fucking go on these tirades. That like, all I have to do is be like, "You be ready at the top of the stairs, bro." Like, I just really wish that I had that. Because I am so fucking sick of hearing myself. Like, I made the video earlier, and like the things that I was like, I'm not even interested in this, but like, this is me, and I don't expect someone to tune into me, like, for the first time, just, like, into a video or tune into a live stream, like, someone might be up now. It looks like I have 2 people watching. Um, like, I don't expect people to be, like, up to date with me. Like, I expect that there's going to be a new person in the audience and that they, should have some kind of introductory thing, and yep, that's me. So I'm a fucking hardcore punk who is not afraid of pain, who has chronic pain in her life after a lifetime of not being afraid of pain. Oh, do we create our own reality? Manifest destiny much? And and so yeah, back to reading this thing. What do you mean that's what happens? Did you not have access to birth control or feel you could say no? And the relative, honey, times were different back then. To be a good wife, you did not deny your husband, and we Catholics did not believe in birth control. So if one thing led to another, you were pregnant. Women didn't have the choices they have now. Women were not aware that they had the choices that they have now. Women were not encouraged to have those choices, but those are choices. Um, you you can practice your religion and not engage in every ritualistic, asinine aspect of said religion. Um, but yeah, these are different times. I just would not have been welcome in those times, I guess. But I mean, docile is not a word you would ever use to describe me. So, her trying to contain my anger, fury, and general mind-blownness. So she's having a similar reaction to me, I think. I mean, like, kinda. It seems like it's surprising her, and I, like, really knew how this was gonna go. So that's a little different. I mean, 'cause you saw my reaction. I laughed my ass off. I fucking started this stream because, like, "Oh shit, this is so funny. Oh my god, that's what happens." Like, well, I didn't wanna have kids, but didn't wanna have a big family. But that's all I could do as a woman. It's like, that's all that you were told you could do, and you believed everything you were told. But, it was a lot easier to, keep a tight, brainwash mind control over the individual who you wanted to be in control of in those times, because there wasn't as much external stimulus and external ideas to challenge that brainwashing propaganda. So not only is this the brainwashing propaganda of our government, our society, this person's religion, um, it's potentially also their significant other, their family members, their ancestors. So yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Me trying to contain my anger, fury, and general mind blownness. Oh, that's so interesting. I'm glad times have changed so much. People. So it's her and a relative, and her, and then people. Quote, times have not changed that much. We have always had choices and the capability to escape invisible boundaries placed on us. I'm not sure where the be a good wife message became more important than honor your inner knowing, but I'm so glad I never digested that message. I am grateful that those pressures were never handed down to me, and I am so sorry for those out there, like this relative I mentioned, that feel they don't have choices. I don't understand how she's framing this, because it's the relative talking, her talking, the relative talking, her talking, and then the heading is people. Oh, she's talking to us. She's saying people. Okay. That's also, like, really, like, I definitely just, like, laid that out in what I said, so yeah. Like I said in the beginning, someone else's life doesn't need to make sense to you, which is why I'm not here to preach about a specific lifestyle. I believe in deeply in, okay, little little editing mishap here, which I frown upon like you would not believe. Like, I'll fucking, like, bail at the first, like, fucking, like, typo, like, this shit. Like, I believe in deeply in following, but, like, you can say that so it's just passionate. I believe in deeply in following your heart. I believe I believe in deeply in following your heart, treating others with respect no matter what. Karma and the gift of consequence. It is no one else's responsibility to tell another what is and what is not okay or acceptable in their life. I feel like to an extent that's true, and I feel like that it is of great detriment that we feel that way about one another, that offering advice, sharing our perspective, does not seem to be very welcome in our society, and no one really seems to be taking the responsibility of dispensing wisdom to the new generations. So that's an interesting thing to say, that it is no one's else's responsibility to tell another what is and what is not okay or acceptable in their life. Um, but of course, to an extent, that is true. And like, the thing of it is, it's like, and it'll be interesting if like she touches on this in the next thing. I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing here. Are we having fun? Um, should you be bossing people around? No, you shouldn't. But should you acknowledge that everyone you meet upon your path has been placed upon your path by your highest self for your greatest good? And should you acknowledge that everything they're reflecting to you that you're resisting is your own attachment to egoic identity and toxic core values that you're not ready to let go of? Nobody wants to be told what to do. A lot of people don't like telling other people what to do. And I get that. And like, you should respect people's path. Here's the thing, though, about that is that it doesn't matter how much you tell me that you think my lifestyle is wrong. It doesn't matter how much you encourage me to change. You can tell me I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm making bad decisions. I do not have to follow your advice, accept your perspective, you know? Um, and that's kind of where I land with it. It's like, well, uh, I'm I'm not I'm not judgmental, and I'm not like passing judgment, but I am very discerning, and I also have a lot of wisdom. Like, it's just like, it's like earlier when I was talking, like, I'm not conceited, I'm convinced. I have been told enough by every person from every walk of life. I'm not conceited, I'm just convinced. You've convinced me, okay? Like, yes, I'm wise. I should be opening my mouth whenever I feel the inclination to do so, because wisdom usually comes out of it. And you know what? I believe that friends, real friends, tell one another the things that are uncomfortable. My dearest friends we have hard conversations sometimes because it's like, "Oh, sweetie, I gotta tell you, I don't think this is right. I don't think you're making the right decision. I'm really worried for you." And you know, but the other end of that is that whatever decision you make, I know that I don't know what's best for your path. All I can do is provide you my perspective. And you can choose whether to adopt that perspective, integrate that perspective, or just some of the perspective. But I don't have any attachment. This is the practice of non-attachment. I don't have an attachment to the outcome, to the result of me saying, "Hey, I think you're wrong," dispensing the wisdom, saying what I think they should do, or prescribing their life. I mean, it's sad, it's hard because food is medicine, and so many people would be feeling so much better mentally and physically if they changed their diet, and that's a really hard thing to accomplish because um, it's not just stopping eating the foods that you like, but you know are bad for you. You need to acknowledge that you are dealing with a serious addiction. We are, most of us, slaves to our parasites. You don't even want that shit. Bugs inside of you want that shit. That's not an uncomfortable truth. And it's not fun to treat food like it's an addictive substance. Um and and ride the waves of craving and all of that. It's not fun. And I don't like I I will never advertise my lifestyle as like fun. Like as far as like what I do to maintain health, um, it's not fun. And guess what? Your source of joy in life shouldn't be food. Food should be fuel. And by the way, the source of joy in your life shouldn't be anything outside of yourself at all. It should come from within entirely. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, someone else's life doesn't need to make sense to you, which is why I'm not here to preach about a specific lifestyle. I believe in deeply in following your heart, treating others with respect no matter what, karma and the gift of consequence. It is no one else's responsibility to tell another what is and what is not okay or acceptable in their life. And I gave my rebuttal and perspectives on that. It goes both ways. You cannot ignore the fact that we are all one. If you have any truth, or if you have any relevance or reason to be in my life, which is what I'm evaluating, like should this person be part of my life? Should I follow them? I'm just trying to determine if I should follow someone on Instagram. Yes, that is what I'm doing. Like, okay, I was just talking earlier about being a conscious consumer. Your dollar is a vote for whatever it is you're spending that dollar on. Your attention is also a dollar. Okay. Consequences are the greatest gifts and most vital catalyst for change and evolution. That's true. They are natural, provided by the universe. Universe is capital U, and personal. The organic nature of consequences allows for teaching and growth without the creation of an enemy. Rockstar. Allow me to explain. Someone tells you repeatedly not to do something. After some time, you can't understand why, so you engage in the behavior activity and either become emotionally or physically hurt or uncomfortable. And either become emotionally or physically hurt or uncomfortable. Sorry. That person, oh baby, let me get this cord out of your way. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you getting comfy there? Are you getting comfy there? I need water. He doesn't like when I talk. I'm gonna get water. I'll be back. Here, can you see? So he left my lap because I'm talking, which is good. Oh, should I deal with this fucking... I need more water. Yep. I need to drink more water. Well, I better pull my light over here, because this is what we're doing, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan. I'm flying by the seat of my motherfucking pants. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan. I'm just flying by the seat of my motherfucking pants. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a plan. I'm just flying by the seat of my motherfucking pants. Okay, so I need to know right now if how much this holds. Is it like a full gallon? Look at, my friend came over earlier today and he like immediately was like, "What's in your fridge?" And I was like, "I feel like this is not going to be very rewarding for you." And I ate a bunch of that cheese. Oh my, it was so spoiled and rancid and nasty, and I could hardly even eat my tacos. And you know what? That's really sad, because seriously, those tacos would have been so good. They would have been really good tacos if they didn't have rancid cheese in them. It was so sad, you guys. It was the saddest. This is also sad. This fucking brown rice. I don't even know if it's like giving me problems like mast cell activation syndrome, which I think I'm dealing with now post-COVID. It tastes awful. It tastes awful. I hate it. They didn't have this one that I like. I like this one very much so. And I don't really understand, like, I have rice here that appears to be brown rice. It's instant brown rice. This gives me a severe allergic reaction, makes my nose completely numb, which is indicating inflammation extreme, right? And this brown rice pasta says brown rice on it, and I didn't notice any reaction. Now, my friend has suggested that it's a food combination that's causing that, and it's like, even so, man, all I'm putting on my pasta is frickin' apple cider vinegar, olive oil, nutritional yeast. You know, like, if I'm just putting the same things on the pasta, and if the pasta is the only thing I'm eating in that day, then it's just like a difference in like rice that's been made into pasta, or rice that hasn't been processed into pasta. Like, why would that? And why was this such a terrible brown rice pasta when this one was so good? Food is the worst. I hate eating. I absolutely hate it. I always have. It feels like such a fucking waste. Such a stupid, limited human being, third dimensional thing to do. Ugh. All right. Moment. Should I like... I feel like I should like angle this so you can see it, because this is what I'm doing now. I've never done this. I've never just like been like I would do this if I was like on a call, like if I was on a video call with Travis, I would be fucking doing this, but like I've never done this with just live streaming, so this is interesting. And if you're just showing up, I cannot see any comments. It doesn't, my phone doesn't allow me to see any comments on YouTube when I'm doing a live stream. Like, it absolutely does not show anything. So I'm not getting comments, and I have migraines that are activated or triggered just by looking at media screens, like modern media screens. It's known as cyber sickness. It's a thing. It's like motion sickness. It's like intense motion sickness. And it gives me a migraine. It makes me nauseous. And curiously, it causes my blood oxygen to plummet, which becomes a hospital emergency. So I also cannot read comments, even if it functioned. But dude, I would be so excited to I would be fucking in the comment. I would be in the comment section. You know I would. I would do it until I was like, oh, I have to stop reading this and just go back to talking to you guys. I threw it in the brown rice. Okay. Is it gonna be a gallon? Is it gonna be a gallon? Oh, you're not even seeing like the good. Can you see the good? You can't see it, can you? Okay, that's not a gallon. That's like half a gallon. Good. That's so good. Now we know. Now we have like a measurement for our recipe. That's so good to know. Okay. So this thing is kind of like a Pedialyte concoction. It's also a delivery of sugar. It is also a delivery of what? Apple cider vinegar and let's see. I know I have it written over here. Okay, so 5 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons of lime juice. I don't know. I'm not sure what that says. But a tablespoon of stevia, some sugar cubes. How many sugar cubes? Not a lot of sugar cubes, but your brain does need sugar to run. So we're going to do 4. The tablespoon, I think we're going to not do a full tablespoon of stevia because I'm kind of low on it. Oh, this tablespoon is dirty. Do you see the powder on this stevia? Can you? I live for that. It doesn't always do that when I open it either. Probably shouldn't be inhaling this, but seriously, you guys, it tastes like the air in 90s Baskin Robbins. I live for it. Is that like the secret of Baskin Robbins ice cream? Does it have stevia? Is stevia the secret of Baskin Robbins ice cream being so good? And like, I 1000% know what the inside of a 90s Baskin Robbins tastes like, smells like. I don't think, man, I went to Baskin Robbins a lot. Even before I had a boyfriend who worked at one, I went to Baskin Robbins a lot. Oh, and man, and when they got that cappuccino blast, like it was just like game over. That was the beginning of my caffeine addiction. Truly. Okay, I think yes. Stevia is also really powerful, so I don't want to put a full tablespoon in there, even if I wasn't low. I need a teaspoon of salt. And like, if you're thinking like, that's a lot of salt, Mindy, you're not wrong. It is a lot of salt. Now I do is that all of the dry things? Let me think. Vanilla goes into this. That's not a dry thing. Salt, sugar. Yep, that's it. So I'm not a drinker. I really never have been. When I drank, I mostly drank either Kahlua, White Russians, or vodka and Mountain Dew. Various flavors of Mountain Dew because, oh, the privilege we had in the early aughts. But I'm thinking that what this concoction that I make actually tastes like is margarita mix. I think it's like a homemade margarita mix, basically, which is super weird. Is that 2, you guys? Now I need a comment section. I hope that's 3. Okay. Now I need... Am I going to have 5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar? I don't think I'm going to. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, awesome! Woo, woo, woo! I'm gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Honestly, I've never measured the vanilla before. I usually just pour it into the cap because this thing isn't clean, but this thing is now clean. Oh, that was really painful. Wearing a thong when you have like some kind of hemorrhoid type of issue that's like super painful, it's really not a good idea. It's probably not good for the healing process either. Oh yeah, TMI, Mindy, why? I know. I just like felt like the pain of like pulling a wedgie, like that wasn't performative. And I am in so much pain because of that. I don't know if it's a hemorrhoid. I think I got it when I like fell hard on my butt, and I'm not familiar with having a hemorrhoid in that manner. So like this is a new territory to me. I've definitely had hemorrhoids before. Are you kidding me? I took oxycodone for a decade. Definitely had hemorrhoids before. Whoop. Does that look about... I feel like the cap is a little bigger than that, but I want to stir this up and see how this tastes. Let me... Just because it was sitting on my gritty counter. This concoction is better cold, but it's not bad room temperature. It's certainly not undrinkable. And for me, 5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and half a gallon of water is like a very low amount of apple cider vinegar. I usually put like in just like this, a tablespoon in water. So I just feel like that's worth saying because like I eat really differently. I live really differently. And like you can't like just kind of like cold turkey into this lifestyle. It'll shock your system. I certainly did not start out having a full tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a cup of water. I'll tell you that much. I've been at this a decade. I've been at this a decade. Honestly, more, but I'm just like, if it's a decade or more, I'm just saying a decade anymore. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. So I've hardly been on the internet at all. You know, all I did was like read those posts today and make those comments, and now I'm doing this, and like I don't have a headache, and I just like, oh, I'm just really enjoying not having a headache. It's really great. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's excellent. Yep. That's excellent. Yeah, so I feel like it's kind of like a mock like beverage, like an alcohol dupe or something. I really would like to like run it by like someone who drinks alcohol and like doesn't this taste like it would have alcohol in it? Of course, FYI about me, I do not touch alcohol at all. I haven't touched alcohol at all. for 2 years, and it's an addiction that runs in my family. So all I need to do in order to remove the curse and heal everyone's fucking trauma for everybody that decided they had to have a child and couldn't do their own fucking soul work, mostly all I've got to do is not drink. So that's pretty rad for me. Also, when I do drink, my body is just like, oh, hey. Oh, wow, you know, I really like that. I think I want that every night. And I'm like, no, we don't need that tonight. Pain's not so bad that I need a shot in order to fall asleep tonight, body, so you don't get any alcohol. And it's like, you know what? No, because until you give me alcohol again, I'm not going to let you sleep at all. So if I have a shot of vodka one time, I am awake for 4 to 5 days because addiction has hijacked my system. Bullshit. And you know what? I have quit cold turkey alcohol and done the rocking back and forth, like, this is me not drinking, this is me not taking a drink, this is me walking to the kitchen and I'm not getting out the bottle of vodka. I have done that. Like, I lived like that for a month, and I am never doing that again. That was hard. And I know, because I'm not stupid, I know how the brain works. And also, you can, like, look on the internet, and this is how you deal with addiction. And this is why people fail at addiction, because every time you go through all of that, and you do all that hard work, and you stay away from it, you abstain, when you give in, what that does is it tells your addiction brain that all it's got to do is persist a little bit longer, and you will give into it. So, alcohol and me, we's done. We's completely done. Oh, put the lime juice away. I was wondering what would fall. So probably if I stood the grape jelly up properly, it wouldn't fall. But these need to be, like, kind of sandwiched in here. Oh, you know what? That would be a good place for these sodas. Oh, you guys, I went so hard on this dark berry. I went so hard, and there's like 8 cans on the stove. When I was eating 5 Delta 8 gummies at a time, just to manage pain so that I wouldn't be screaming and writhing involuntarily in pain. I was countering the Delta 8 cannabis medicine downer with the Dr. Pepper Dark Berry upper. So I was, like, drinking a can of Dr. Pepper every day. And, like, that probably doesn't sound like too outrageous, but, like, consider that I normally would drink a can of Dr. Pepper 3 times a year. So yeah, the soda that I drink is stevia soda. It's sweetened with stevia, and I quit soda many years ago, and I don't wish to get that addiction going again. But I definitely was dealing with a withdrawal headache. I definitely had, like, withdrawal shakes and sweats, and I'm, like, certainly feeling better. And it was only a little bit hard to get through the day without Dr. Pepper Darkberry, and I know because I'm not new to withdrawal. I took oxycodone once a month and got addicted to it once a month and withdrew from it cold turkey once a month. My system still has Dr. Pepper Darkberry in it today. Because I had one yesterday or the day before. Yeah.
once it doesn't have that in it anymore, it's gonna be hard to not drink a dark berry. It's gonna be hard. But today, not so much. Especially because I was so actively like, oh, withdrawal headache. This is caffeine. Um, yeah, man, I can't handle caffeine at all. Like, it's really like meth for me. Like anybody that witnesses me with caffeine in my system, like, I completely understand why they believe I'm a meth addict. Like, with as much exposure to meth addicts as I've had, I get it. I really do. Caffeine hits me really hard. It hits me like meth. So I have to be really careful about that because it's also really uncomfortable to feel that way, like skin crawling. And I looked into the skin crawling sensation of meth addiction and withdrawal, and part of that I believe, or they believe anyway, what I can discover about it is that it's due to extreme dermal dehydration, dehydrated skin, and uh, so I'm really curious, like, honestly, like, I'm really curious, like, if I could just like take a person who is like, yeah, I'm a meth addict and I'm gonna use meth for the rest of my life, and just like get them on the right diet, get them using meth at a maintenance level, and and providing enough of a counterbalance to the meth that, you know, they don't get all methy. Um, I would really like to do that. But I don't have a lab with human test subjects, and I guess a little guinea pig just ran away from me. A fat little guinea pig called Beans, huh? That might have been fun to do. I never thought of that. I didn't even think of that little like meth experiment until this moment. So like for sure, I never had designs on Beans for that. But he might have been down. I doubt that he wants to be a meth addict. Like, why would anybody want that? But but like healthy meth addict, functioning maintenance meth, like, I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested because if the physical deterioration is really largely due to dehydration, then would a methy person look like a methy person physically? Get meth mouth, get meth face if they were drinking a gallon of water every day? I don't know. Man, I did not need to like get interested in this. That has like trouble written all over it, doesn't it? I'm not surprised though. I've let my mind play in the gutter quite a bit. Were you around for my whole, was that on Twitter? I think it was on Twitter. Yeah. The whole serial killer Jonan Colt thing. That was fun. Wasn't that fun? All right. So I did that. I haven't figured out at all what. The other reason that I wasn't too enthused about this is because it seems like I over. Pardon me. That was gross. I over moistened these with the lime juice that I was using, and it made them not be tortilla anymore. They came in half. And they didn't stand up, and like now I can't put things in them. So like I don't want to fuck with this, you know? Like this is just a fail. Why would I want to like come back to the kitchen and like try to salvage my fucking fail dinner? Shall we see if the sweet potato's even good? Let's see if the sweet potato's good. All right. Here's the sweet potato. It smells flowery. I feel like when it smells flowery, perfumey like that it's a bad sign. Bad sign. But that could just be its external layer. Let's operate, shall we? Is it cooked all the way? I had it in the oven for 50 minutes. Oh, shit. Oh, that is clearly... No. So I don't even have a fucking... Don't even have that. I did move my hamburger meat to the fridge earlier when I started making dinner at 8:30, and it is... Oh, I don't have the time on that. Alexa, what time is it? It's 3:02 a.m. Do I have something that I have to do tomorrow? Oh, I'm gonna see Travis. Oh, I think this might work. I'm still not sure, like... Oh, okay, like, cut this up and make, like, a burger salad. Like a tortilla burger salad. I don't think this tortilla is really going to be very good. But I can definitely cook one of these up. Oh, man. I'm not lazy. I'm running out of spoons. You're not lazy. You're running out of spoons. You're also running out of space to stack empty cans that need to be washed, dear. This is me just clearing a space. This is me just trying to access a burner because there's that many dishes piled up. God, I don't know. For one, I really like maintaining my home. For two, I'm particular about how things get done. So I don't like other people doing things in my space. I think a lot of people are like that. I think a lot of people can relate to that. That's not so unusual. But I just also like find housework really rewarding. And I always have. So that doesn't look clean. Doesn't really smell rancid or anything. Should we see if we should clean it a little bit? Do I have a hair tie? No, I don't. Okay. Did I do that right? You only have to like long twist one of them because you're only grabbing one of them through the... Okay. Shut up, you know I'm cute. Alright, I didn't turn the burner on yet, so I can set the glass thing on it. I need to open those patties. We're seeing about getting this pan somewhat unnastified. I have not even put soap on it yet, and I'm having a lot of success. This Gotham steel is just, I highly recommend it. I really, really highly recommend it. Cannot highly, like, look at, it's like vast improvement. Vast improvement. We've got a smooth surface now. Man, that surface was, oh man. It was like, are we trying to create an asteroid texture in the bottom of our frying pan? I don't want it on high. I want it on 6. Okay. It really didn't even get crispy. So I guess I put too much lime juice on it and it's too soggy. But you know, I put less lime juice on it than when I made the tacos with the rancid cheese. But I guess the rancid cheese would like change the whole like chemical structure of the frickin' yeah. The whole chemical structure of the frickin' yeah. I'm just cutting the... I want to try to pick it up with scissors. But you know that you can't pick it up with scissors. I know that I can. I pick all kinds of things up with scissors and you fucking know it. Don't doubt me. Fucking picked it up with scissors. In your face. Oh, you don't say, do say, drop a deuce in your face. I can keep it going if I can keep up the pace. So you don't say, do say, drop a deuce in your face. I can keep it going if I can keep up the pace. So you don't say, oh you do say, oh you don't say, do say, drop a deuce in your face. I can keep it going if I can keep up the pace. It's really hard to do that and other things. I really only do that when I'm making Grimm's food. Like I can make Grimm's food on autopilot like so well that I can totally like do that the entire time I'm making the food. But just mindlessly cutting these things was risking my fingers if I continued to do my little Grimm food prep ditty. So not doing that. This is... I think I gotta like throw these on a pan and try to make them more like chip-like. I don't think I'm... Oh God. Yeah. Oh, that was way too much chewing. I don't want to do that. Shit. I don't even care. I don't even want to fucking eat. I just know that it's a physical obligation of my vessel. This is kind of weird for me because honestly, I'm really like... This is gonna sound weird, but like, for the most part, this is not even performative. I'm used to my non-existent audience that I play to when I'm talking to myself and doing me in my kitchen being on that wall. So the only way that this isn't just like me not on camera is the fact that the camera isn't on that wall. So I keep wanting to be like, because I'm not used to this. Oh man, have you seen like people are really dragging the DID TikTok community, and I've seen, because I watch people drag them, I see like little clips and like they'll show someone like switching and they're like, that's not real, and it's like, I don't know. Like, actually that looks pretty accurate to me. How long has that been open? I didn't even use soap just now. I hope I didn't get a dry crud that blocks my soap hole. Nobody likes a blocked soap hole. Nobody. Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. Since I cooked them for like 40 minutes and they stayed soggy, I'm just gonna same everything and just recook them for 30 minutes. That's going to account for the preheating that I didn't do. And I don't think that they'll get burnt that way because I see, the reason that I put more juice on is because the rancid cheese tacos had they were burnt like where the lemon juice didn't get, and I think that what happened is that because they were like upright like taco shells in my pan instead of laying flat, the lime juice went to the bottom of the shell and made it soggy, and it wasn't at the outer phalanges of the shell, so it got too crispy. I really would love to be a person who had spoons to clean all these freaking Dr. Pepper cans, but I don't. So I'm just going to stack them. Stack your nerves up the wall to impress all your friends. I'm not here to learn. I just want to get drunk and major in business and be taught how to fuck. Well, when we always play. Oh. Check it out. Check it out. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Booyakasha. It's funny that booyakasha is like an exclamation of positivity because boo certainly ain't, right? Nice. Fantastic. Stay Puft fell and Slimer fell. Oh, my Ecto Cooler can fell. I need this. I need those cans on walls on the shelf already. Where did this come from? Because those have lids. Oh, yeah, I need. Oh, yeah, I need. Oh, wow, cool. Slimer went straight for the outlet. Actually pretty freaky. He's a really dope Slimer, too. You should see it in blacklight. Actually, did I put those pictures on? I maybe didn't. Is this hot enough? Yes. I took so many pictures around my home. Like, I went around my home with my blacklight. What am I putting in this? Herbamare. This is only partially thawed, so I want to try to break up like the frozen-y part of it. But also, this is highly advisable that you really. Well, I was trying to do it over something that I could pick up my beef crumbles. I was trying to do it over something without getting anything else out to clean, is what I was doing. Not lazy, spoony. I think its frozen nature is it's not adhering very well, but for it to have a good burger flavor, you need to season it up with something flavorful. No, this is not. This is going worse than ever it has been going. Go. Do. Bad. It's all the dong. Yeah, it's because it's frozen. Which is a good thing I'm breaking up the, like, ice chunks. This is so much fucking... I'm a little concerned about my level of activity this evening. My day, like, wasn't really strenuous, I don't think, but you know what? the last few times that I've put myself in seemingly unending pain. I mean, I was down for the count in pain from the 13th to the 20th and then had headache. The last few times that's happened to me, that I was in the pain woods like that, that's what I call it, going into the pain woods. I was really, really like, I didn't think that I did that to myself. Really didn't think I did that to myself. And I surely did do that to myself. Plant! Actually, it tastes really good. Okay, wash hands. Alexa, set a timer for 6 minutes, please. Thank you, Alexa. I don't know how I ever lived without an Alexa. She is just a godsend on every level. Oh my goodness. Do I want to get this out yet? I guess, whatever. I have avocado and deep greens to use in this burger situation. Oh, maybe I could just make a burger. I have bread. I have sandwich bread. Oh, I never eat burgers that are on bread. Should I do that? Is that a waste? Is that a waste? Am I eating too much? Let me think. How many days are left in the month? We are here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. There's 9 days until I get paid. Open face. I'll do it open face. I'll only use 1 slice of bread. Yeah. Is this your card? I guess the only semi-clean surface to set this on is the scissors on the Pyrex bowl of old noodles. Mindy, I swear. I never thought I would be living like this. I have a very cluttery home. I'm a crafter and an artist and a toy collector, and not a hoarder of any of those things, but being a toy collector, a crafter, an artist is like a lot. And I have a lot of clutter and I have too much stuff, like, no doubt. But before disability, my kitchen and my bathroom were never like this. Like what I live with now, my kitchen and bathroom were immaculate. So I hate it. So I really get bent out of shape. And what is that? That's like, that is an attachment to my former self. I have died and passed on, and I'm trying to cling to this ghost of me. And I just need to forgive myself. Like, dude, you want to clean your kitchen? You would have a beautiful home and a beautiful life if you weren't disabled. You know that. I know. And I don't, like, I guess it's just enough input. Like, it's really very true that being abused just verbally and psychologically by people changes the way that you think. And I just have these old things running that don't need to be running anymore. Okay, that was a better way to stack the cans. 2 at a time than 1. I feel like I should toast this. Maybe actually just put butter on it. Should I put mayo and mustard and horsey and sauerkraut on this? Okay. Mayo, mustard, horsey, kraut. I had less counter space in my previous apartment, but only by like that much. I hate it here. And I need to say that. I do. Because like you don't want to gaslight yourself with toxic positivity and like, the community is great. I'm thankful to not be homeless, but I hate it here. It's super small. It's dark. Smoke comes in from the vents because everybody smokes in the building. There's no fucking balcony. The air conditioning isn't even a legit air conditioner. It does not even function unless it's 90 degrees outside. I mean, there is a lot to complain about, and I do not at all need to pretend. I'm adding more herb in there, and I think I want to get some kind of like, I don't know what it is actually. I don't think it's Cajun or Creole, but some kind of seasoning that's in this thing that's labeled Creole. Like, you can appreciate what you have and still want better for yourself. Well, that's perfect timing, Alexa. Thank you. So it's 6 minutes. 6 minutes, we do the flippy things. It doesn't usually get any kind of burnt. That's really weird. Is that because the pan wasn't clean? Alexa, timer off, please. Alexa, set a timer for 6 minutes, please. It should be 6 minutes at 6 temperature. I don't care. So the butter I use is Earth Balance. Earth Balance has a few different butters. This red label one is vegan, no MSG, zero trans fats, gluten-free, non-dairy, lactose-free, and soy-free. The soy-free is the significant factor in that. If you get the wrong color, you end up with soy. I cannot have soy. Why? Because soy is a xenoestrogen, a phytoestrogen xenoestrogen. What is a phytoestrogen? Why, that is an estrogen that is in plants. And what is a xenoestrogen? That is an estrogen that is not of your native body, but your body doesn't understand that it's not of your native body. I know things, some things. The things that I know about food, I'm very proud of, because most I don't know shit about food. For the most part, that was my ex's, my boyfriend at the time's, whatever, my ex-boyfriend's job. He wasn't my ex-boyfriend when we were learning this stuff together, but like, he's way better about like all the like why of it, and I'm just like, I just need to remember the no. I have so much to keep track of. Oh, you guys, I think I'm going to try to incorporate eggs back into my life. I've been egg-free for over a year now. And eggs are really good. They're really easy to make. and they're relatively inexpensive, and I just want to try it. Just see if I strictly avoid every other migraine trigger, will I still get migraines from eating eggs? I don't know. Especially because I don't remember, because it was back in my oxycodone and being traumatically abused on the regular days, whether I had already quit eating bananas when I cut out eggs, or if I had already quit eating eggs when I cut out bananas. But yeah, realistically, I should be able to add one of those back, possibly, because one of them might not be as problematic as the other. I don't know. Oops, that one goes on the bottom. Oh. So weird. It's like this hemorrhoid situation. This is TMI, and while I'm making food, I don't know. It's just what it's like to live with me. Fuck off if you don't like it. This hemorrhoid situation was like A-okay like the whole day, and then I shifted in a way that, like, when I was getting off of the sofa, just a little like butt cheeks like lift, and it was like like it slipped out in that moment. Sucks. It fucking sucks. All right. So I'm gonna mix all of my things together in a bowl. Oh my gosh, I love these bowls. I don't remember where we got these bowls. We have two of them because we were a couple. The Cali Bowl, designed in California, made in USA. www.calibowl.com. 2008 Cali Bowl, patent pending. The Cali Bowl. It's got like a special beveled edge so that you can get dip out of it without the dip coming out of the bowl. So it's like perfect for dipping things. But it's gonna work for this purpose too. Mixing things in it. They're also like really sturdy, good feeling in your hands, good weight, plastic. I do not believe you microwave them. I don't think I've ever microwaved them. I would never microwave my food with plastic. I did the mustard. Did I put my knife? I did. I do that all the time. A little bit of horsey. Little bit of kraut. What is that in the kraut? I don't want anything ugly in my kraut. This is not great kraut. It's just canned kraut. I should have mixed like the, oh, sorry. I should have mixed like the, I should have mixed like the, Alexa, timer off. Alexa, thank you for helping me make dinner.
According to Mr. House, to make a fabulous dinner, start by preparing a few appetizers, like a cheese and crackers tray with some deviled eggs, for your guests to enjoy while you finish cooking. For the main course, try a delicious protein such as steak or grilled chicken paired with stir-fried vegetables. Alternatively, serve spaghetti and meatballs with a side salad for quick.
She's telling me what I should do to make a good dinner. Thanks, Alexa. Sometimes Alexa is like right on, and other times Alexa is just like, bitch, what? She might not have heard me clearly, though. I am all the way in the kitchen and she's in the living room, so she might not have heard me actually say thank you. She like responds in ways that are very, very much an accurate simulation of not living alone. It's nice. I like it. That's what that looks like. I'll put greens on top of it. Why would something taste like blood? If there was rust? Am I bleeding? Why would something taste like blood? Curiouser and curiouser. I'm good with it. I don't know if you could tell, but when blood, it hit. I love blood. I almost feel like a different person because I just got a taste of blood. Whatever that was, it tasted like blood to me, and I feel like calm and like predatory present. That's not bad. I don't know. This feels like what level challenge is this? Magda, what level challenge is it? Oh yeah, the other thing, like Magda's right here. So like I'm I would be talking to Magda if I wasn't talking to you. It's like a 4. Licking this bowl clean is like a 4 challenge level. It's pretty tasty, actually. I didn't measure jack, and it turned out fab. Oh, oven's off, Magda. One of my Ghostbusters cups has water spots on it. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to display all 4 of them when I have my... I mean, pretend that it's going to be on this wall, because it's the same wall. It's just one that's out of frame. But it's that, it's that space above, that small space. I don't know that I want to have the cups there. Or all of the cups there. The thing that kind of like game changes that is 2 facts. I have an entire shelf display of slushy on this wall, slushy cups on this wall, and I have found slushy cups lids that fit these theater Ghostbusters Afterlife cups perfectly. Not only that, I can just like carve out that little middle piece and plunk all of these figural adornments into that. Yeah, I know. So from the slushies to the Ghostbusters, and then bam, on this wall we have all the slushy Ghostbuster cups, and then when it gets to be more narrow here, we've got the Ecto-1, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Dude, the Ghostbusters Ecto Beverage, the Hi-C Ecto, a couple things from Dino Drac Matt, and then this wall is gonna be like heavy dedicated to Dino Drac Matt. Have you heard? Do you know about the Dino Drac Fun Pack? It's a dose of nostalgia straight to your door and into your heart. It's awesome. It's a subscription service, like a Loot Crate thing, except it's a real person who passionately loves nostalgic cartoons and foodstuffs and toys and so he just like he collects things to send to his subscribers. Like he figures out like how to get like quantities and distribute these to the subscribers. It's such cool fun stuff. It's like thrifting without having to go to a filthy thrift store. It's all the fun of thrifting without any of the ick of thrifting. But he also, it's also very much unlike a Loot Crate because it's a very personal thing. Like, you get to read about, like, what he likes. It's like reading someone's journal. It's like a blog post, but, like, old school format. And, so there's a newsletter, and he talks about all the things in the past, and it's just, like, it's such a blast. It's just such a blast. I don't think I have yet convinced anyone to subscribe to the Dino Drac Fun Pack, but I'm trying, like, just because it's awesome, and I would just love to have someone to, like, share it with. That would be really cool, but, like, I mean, if it enhances my life this much, and, like, it really, really, really enhances my life, like, it could do that for someone else. And I would like that. I want that for everybody. Okay, and then I'm going to top this with my greens. And I'm not going to cut them up because they're kind of wet. I need to put paper towels in here. I feel like this is going to be untenable to eat, you guys. I don't think it's going to be very easy to eat. I think it's going to be messy too. And I don't know how good it's going to taste because, like, I've got a lot of kraut on there, like a lot of kraut, and, like, I don't even know if I want that much kraut. Plus, it's, like, not even a good quality kraut. It's, like, if it was a good quality kraut, that might be a different story, but, like, it's not even a good quality kraut. It's from a cat. Speaking of kraut, how crap was that Chippendale Rescue Rangers reboot? Oh, cringe and pass, relentless references. I hated it with a passion. I hate it with a passion that burns deep in my soul. I had to start it over just to get through it because I couldn't stomach it. I forgot my avocado. Shoot. And I remembered my avocado. I almost forgot. Almost forgetting is remembering. I remembered my avocado. I mean, wow, just wow. It was the absolute worst. I mean, I think I can actually completely drag it without spoiling anything. Like, some cartoon characters age, but most don't. Please explain that. Fucking plastic surgery, 3D surgery for fucking two-dimensional cartoons. So I fucking have to sit through a movie where Chip is one and Dale is the other. Fuck that shit. And you know what? Disney didn't even manage to do 2D animation adequately. It's got that floaty fucking like too much. So it's like a fucking like motion sickness. Can I get off this ride bullshit? So terrible. Oh my god, and Chip's voice? Wow, that was horribly cast. He doesn't have any depth of emotion or personality at all. I mean, it almost sounds like a fucking like Alexa robot. It's the worst. I cannot even with it. I think Dale is voiced really good. He's fine. I don't think I wanted to cut this like this. I should have been paying better attention. I kind of just want to get this over with. I'm trying not to think about the eating process because I've really barely eaten today. I'm having a difficult time coming to grips with the fact that I'm going to have to be eating this. My phone is dying. Well, oh my gosh. My phone is dying. We can't end the live stream without you seeing me eat this thing. It's awesome. As messy as expected, though. Thanks for helping me make dinner, guys. I really love you so much. If you dig my vibe, subscribe, love, and like. Okay. How do I do that? Okay.